So if you struggle with staying on track because you've got constant business dinners and events, this video is for you. What we're going to do is help you to answer the question how you can stay on track and make healthy choices despite being invited to business dinners on a frequent basis. Here's a list of the problems you're likely going to face. Limited healthy options on the menu and during the event itself, feeling that pressure to indulge or conform to more unhealthy eating habits, having difficulties navigating those buffet style meals, or a lack of control over food portion sizes or how the food's prepared. And what you want to do is reframe this as a commitment to you actually being that healthy leader that you want to be. And in doing so, you're going to be making choices that are aligned with you and your goals. So the first thing, adopt that identity that I just discussed. If I was to go to a business dinner, I'm just going to be that guy who's going to say no to the alcohol. I'm going to make special requests. I'm going to make the very best out of the situation. But I'm also going to be probably mindful that I'm going to be drinking just a tiny bit. But my priority is me and my goals. I know for a fact that if I go to some kind of event in the evening and I drink, the next morning is very difficult for me to get up. And my mornings are my precious hours where I get most of my valuable work done. And if I'm waking up feeling groggy, that's not going to happen. Now, I don't know if that's the case for you guys, but just that thought alone is enough for me to make sure I know when the hell to say no. And I will. And you should too. So that's the first thing. Just be that guy, assume that identity of someone who acts in accordance with what they believe in terms of prioritizing their health and their own personal wellness. So that's an important first step. Next step is to get hold of the menu and make special requests. They're going to be very accommodating. Lots of people have got all kinds of intolerances these days, self-diagnosed or not, and a lot of places, especially at a business dinner, are going to be super mindful of that fact and make sure that they've got options to accommodate that. And if they haven't, they're going to be more than happy to listen to you making a special request. And it's probably going to make their life easier because you're going to be cutting something out. That's just a guess. If you're a chef watching this, I apologize if that's not the case. But that's the next strategy to employ. Get hold of the menu, and if you can, make special requests ahead of time. Next one. In order to ensure that you don't overeat and you don't overdrink, have a light meal beforehand. Make sure it's high in fiber and high in protein. So that can be a chicken salad, and also make sure that you are hydrated. That's going to also mean that if you are at an event where you might have to have a drink, you're not going to be over drinking, and that's also going to help you not overeat because you're not confusing thirst and hunger. So make sure that those two things are on lock before you even set foot in that event, whatever it is. Next one, mindful eating. So make sure that you're not just shoveling the food in your mouth. Slow things down and make, especially at events, just make a special effort to be super mindful of everything that you're doing around your food. So it can even be feeling the texture when you cut up the beef, if it's steak. Chew for longer, think about the flavors, and put your fork down in between each bite so that you're slowing down your pace of eating and not eating too quickly. That's going to help you to slow down your eating, but it's also going to help you feel fuller sooner rather than eat a load super fast and before you know it, you're absolutely stuffed. And I know you've been there. So slow down your eating, practice those more mindful techniques, and that's going to help you to ensure that you're not overeating. Next one, if you are at a buffet, stick to the one plate rule. Go up, fill your plate once. You're going to fill it with lots of protein. You're going to make sure that those proteins are leaner, and that's if you are being super controlled with your calories. That's the choice that I want you to make. You're also going to load up with vegetables and salads, and you're going to administer the dressing yourself and not too much. And just so you don't look like an absolute pariah, you can add maybe a little bit of French fries or something, okay? But not too many. You don't want to be getting some kind of trigger food that once you taste it, you know you're not going to stop. For me, French fries would be that. So make sure that you're making the best choices possible when you go to the buffet. Stick to that one plate rule and make sure that you're not loading up with trigger foods, but you're loading up with protein, fiber, which is your vegetables and your salads. Finally, deal with peer pressure. Now that you know that you're that guy, it should be very easy for you to say no thanks when someone brings by a drink. And if someone says, oh, come on, one more, just be the guy that's going to say, sorry, I've got to get up in the morning. My mornings are my precious hours. I've got loads of work to be done. I need to be focused, so I can't have one more drink. It's going to hold me back. Just say that and then move on. And if he keeps on going on, just well, you shouldn't be friends with him and just walk away from him because he does not want what's best for you. So deal with peer pressure by assuming that identity and setting those boundaries. That's really important. Say no to things. Just give one brief justification, even though you don't need to. You are an adult, but you can give one brief justification. Do it with a smile, okay? Just to disarm the situation and make it more lighthearted. This is a tip that I wish I'd known a lot sooner. And then quickly change the subject to something else. That's going to be the best way for you to ensure that you're not succumbing to peer pressure. So there you have it, guys. Business dinners and events are opportunities for you to actually make the best choices possible. And with some careful planning, you can do that. You need to feel at ease with this new identity of you being someone who's fully focused on staying healthy and well, because decisions like these in these scenarios are what's going to set you up for long-term success. Eat mindfully, prepare in advance, set boundaries politely and with a smile. And if you do that, business decisions are going to be an easy way for you to stay on track. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.